Do you have a Lich problem? Tired of having to go through countless non-skippable cutscene animations? Can't stand the bad jokes and annoying transmissions? Want to put an end to draconian tax laws imposed by some douche that thinks he's too powerful to be whipped into submission with an atarax? Just want to move on from feeling dead inside and look forward to a better, brighter future? Well, can't really help you with that last one. We're still stuck on this planet and there's many more months to go in 2020. What I can help you with is getting rid of your Lich problem in one of the most lazy and effective ways possible. In fact, that's kind of going to be the theme for this video. Absolute utter laziness. I mean, this is the build for Inaros. He's not even at max rank. How could you do this, Marshmallow, you squishy cunt? It's so unprofessional. I have only one thing to say to you. Suck my unprofessional ween. I am going to be giving out a couple more tips than usual in this video to help you speed up the Lich Hunting process. Timestamps are in the description as always, or you could hover over the timeline if you prefer. You may not believe it, but I still get comments on that basic ass Lich Hunting guide video that I made months ago, with people more or less asking, how do I just undo this Lich guy? He's annoying. Well, the first thing I'd recommend is to send a well-worded feedback email straight to DE. It's kinda equivalent to shooting at Jordis with that water gun you get from Dog Days, but hey, your options are either doing that, waiting for the feature that supposedly allows you to delegate your Lich issues to someone else. I personally do not think we are ever gonna get that update, or just getting down and dirty to deal with the problems like a manly Tenno. Or a womanly Tenno. Marshmallow is inclusive. I'm gonna be showcasing Inaros Prime throughout this video, but regular Sandboy would do absolutely fine for Lich Hunting. Heck, you could probably scrap together stuff that a typical endo-deprived Mastery Rank 10 player would have and still dominate Liches harder than this meme format did on Reddit for the past couple of weeks. Corrosive Projection seemed like a natural choice to me. Inaros doesn't really have any DPS boosting abilities. He's just a passive tank, if you will. So we're gonna need all the help we can get when dealing with high-level armored enemies. I speak as if the Greniers are a threat these days. They're squishy even at high level, a fraction of their former selves, if you will. But you know what I'm trying to say, work with me here. All the Umbral mods, which I honestly don't think you need, you'll be fine with the regular versions of these mods, and you could probably get away with a rank 0 Inaros going that route. All these other mods are kinda nonsensical, except maybe Negation Swarm, but I never really found myself relying on Sandboys 4, so I'd say that's not a crucial part of the build. Primed Sure-Footed on the other hand, Primed Sure-Footed is to Marshmallow what hentai is to weebs. You can't separate them. Fight me, weebs. I do recommend Arcane Grace with Inaros. I know, Devour is a thing, but with that Arcane you could run around recklessly with minimal consequence. Saves effort of having to press 2. If you weren't sucked into the never-ending grind pit that is Warframe before Scarlet Spear, then you may not have a max rank Arcane Grace. In that case, Arcane Guardian or Avenger would be nice, or just put in some melee and or gun damage boosting ones. Weapons, I'm gonna totally leave it up to you boys and girls. Just a couple of suggestions though. I have gone back to trying the Piranha Prime. It really is a delightful secondary to use, and I might just make an entire video on it sometime soon. But I can say for certain that I ended up using my melee far more often in missions than I thought I would. Pt.4 Prime is one of the best melee weapons I've used in Warframe, and it's not like I just started using it yesterday. It's been a while, and I don't think many players realize the disposition on this thing. The build I got going on over here is tuned for scaling with combo count. I also have Drift in Contact to make it a lot easier to keep the combo going. It's not the most perfect build in terms of raw DPS, but trust me, this is more than enough. Yes, I do have a Riven on this thing, but just imagine this level of power with a proper DPS boosting frame. You could take down a Lich with just a couple of solid bonks to the head. Finally, on the operator side of things, if you really feel like you need a healing arcane on, then obviously Magus Repair is the way to go. Magus Lockdown as usual helps with crowd control, so that is a great choice for when the going gets really chunky. Oh, and also, I decided to go with the Neramon this round instead of Zeneric. Other than Pocket Sand and more Pocket Sand, I don't really find myself using any of Inaros' abilities too often, so energy is not so much a concern compared to most other frames. I don't know about you guys, but the way I approach a typical Lich hunt is by deciding on when I'd like to stab that Super Grenier high on red Kool-Aid. Largely depends on my mood, but if I'm looking to just get the Lich up to rank 5 quickly, usually for testing purposes, then I stab him immediately at first sight. If I am thinking about shortening the overall process, then I wait till the first Requiem is revealed, because that does kind of push the odds ever so slightly in my favor. It takes about 30 trials to uncover the first Whisper, which ain't a lot. In a way, it's like saying, keep it in your pants for a bit longer, as my imaginary girlfriend used to say in class back in my high school days. If you don't know already, the trials do spawn after you kill a number of enemies, so if you're running a Lich control to capture mission, for example, it's okay to take 5 to 10 minutes to completely sweep the entire tile set until you hit that 10 trial limit per mission. The objective is to farm the Requiem Whispers, not finish missions in record time. A nice perk of using Inaros is you could walk up to most bosses and suffer little to no consequence, and the Liches are no exception, especially if you have Arcane Grace on, unless if it's an extreme situation with an extreme Lich, you know, that one combination that just has no chill whatsoever. If you've played this game mode for long enough, you'd know what I mean. Basically, don't be afraid to shove your melee right into the thing's face. You get picked up and tossed aside? Big deal! Go right back in and whack him harder than an angry Asian parent forcing discipline onto their children. I could keep on going over here, but I feel like it's just gonna drift into other more convoluted aspects of Warframe. If you have any questions about the Lich game mode, feel free to leave it down in the comments. If I don't get to them, someone will, I'm sure. But if you really want a personal session with the Marshmallow, Discord access via Patreon is linked in the description. And if for some reason you made it all the way here and decided that you're not gonna want to use Inaros or gave up farming for the Prime, there are videos on the left here of other excellent frames who do the job just as well. Speaking of jobs, hey, y'all know where I can get one of those these days? No? Yeah, that's okay. Most of us can't even find the will to live, let alone jobs.